Welcome to Holistic Hideaway, your weekly transformative journey into the world of holistic health and well-being. I'm your host, Ilana Cohen. Today we have an extraordinary guest, Matt Avery, founder of Master Roachee's Garden. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Namaste, salutations, and good vibes. I am feeling groovy. How are you today?
I'm doing great. And yeah, I'm glad, we're feeling groovy right there with you. And it's always a pleasure to be able to chat with you. I would love for you to kind of give us a little background on yourself and how Master Roachee came to be.
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. I am Matt Avery, aka Master Roachee, and my love of holistic health and medicine started when I was in grade school, actually, through scouting, and I grew up in rural Indiana, surrounded by fields, woods, and Sugar Creek. Not many friends, so I spent a lot of time on my own, and I got interested in a lot of the Native American customs of the tribes in our area, and that led me into natural medicine. So as I grew up, I kind of became a herbalist through trial and error and listening and being helped out by a lot of good people. Then in the mid 80s, I got involved with cannabis and hemp movement after The Emperor Wears No Clothes came out. And I've just kind of been on that track, and a couple of years ago started finding out more and more about cannabinoids and said, this is something I can really work with, and we've developed some things that nobody else is doing.
Absolutely. And I have had the pleasure of being able to try some of your products, especially the beard oil, which is what you started out doing. And we also got the great opportunity to be able to meet when you were in Illinois for a conference. And I'd love to kind of just tell our guests how you decided to start and build with those oils. And, they're not just for beards. I use them for, cracked skin, dry skin. And, I would really love for us to be able to share the journey of that.
Well, certainly. We started out with our initial products were our 1,500 milligram full spectrum CBD oil blends. And I made a mistake, and I ordered 750 of the wrong size bottle. And it was going to cost more to send them back than we paid for them. And it was kind of like, what the hell are we going to do with all of these bottles? So we, Crystal, my wife, Mama Roachee, and I were discussing it. And we talked about pet CBD, and she says, she would buy me beard oil. And I don't think she ever purchased one I was happy with.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, why don't we make some beard oil that you'll actually be happy with? And that put us down that road, and we started working with different oil ratios and different oils, and we settled on jojoba oil and cold-pressed hemp seed oil, with just a little essential oil for fragrance. And it has been amazing. People absolutely love it as a beard oil. Like you said, great for your hair, great for the skin. We have 2 cents right now, a Nog Champa and an Oak Moss and Amber.
And they both smell amazing. And I also remember when we had met that Crystal was talking about how she decided what the scents were going to be in there, and that you chose to go with essential oils that are not overbearing with the smells and very natural, and something if you put on your beard or your skin, you're not going to be smelling it all day or tasting it in your mouth.
No, we formulated these to be very light, so they're not going to clash with perfume or cologne. They go on, they smell very nice when you put them on initially, and then they dissipate. So you can wear them with your favorite cologne or your favorite perfume.
And this is very much a family affair for you. Mama Roachee, as you said, Crystal, and then also you do your podcast with Caitlin, your daughter. And how did you guys all come together to make it a family affair? Which, I'm all for a family affair in the cannabis community, as I'm in one of those as well.
Right. We'd talked about this company probably for 2 years before we even started. And Crystal was behind me 100% from the start. I had another fellow that was my co-host, and he left. And I knew that I wanted to go with a female co-host. I just thought that the chemistry would be better and more to talk about. And Crystal said, "Why don't you ask Caitlin?" I said, "Caitlin would not be interested in doing this." So I asked Caitlin, and she said, "Absolutely." And she jumped on board and has been a wonderful, wonderful addition to the show. She brings her own special brand interest to our followers.
Absolutely. And I've had the pleasure and honor of being on your show twice. And it's definitely a great balance between the two of you. Caitlin is very good at, reaching the millennial side of things. And she gets really deep into different cultures. And her and I had talked about, the Jewish religion and how it goes along with a lot of Rastafarian types of things in their culture. And I'm wondering, do you guys learn together? How do you, what's the family dinner like for you guys? Do you talk shop or?
If you take the food fight portion out of the family dinner, it's not bad. We learn from each other because we have different interests, and Kaylin is very interested in learning. So she'll look up and research a lot of stuff, partly because she's interested in knowing it, partly because she wants to share this information, and partly she wants to see if she can stump me.
Absolutely, as we all want to stump our dads when we're working together.
Exactly. And our youngest, Jamie, she is starting to get involved in the company also. She's a bit too young to do a lot of things with us. She's
right,
just 19. So as she grows, she's going to be taking on some responsibilities also. And it is truly a family business.
Absolutely. And, I think that also goes along with us hustlers and the little guys doing big things. Small but mighty is something that I always say. And you've been growing a lot within the past 3 years, ever since we met. And you have new products and new research, and you've been doing a lot more interviews. Do you want to talk maybe a little bit about the new products you're doing and kind of the roadmap you're following to move forward?
Wow. Yes, I would love to. Yeah, we have a couple of amazing new products. We're not your average CBD company. First, let me mention our full spectrum oils. Our full spectrum oils contain the 0.03% THC, so you get the entourage effect with our oils. You miss out on that with your broad spectrum and your isolates. Also, our price, I've gone on and looked, and there are some companies that are selling broad spectrum 500 milligram CBD oil for $100. Ours is 1,500 milligrams of full spectrum for $50. So we're very economical to use compared to other stuff. Two of our newest items that I am just absolutely thrilled about one is our CBD muscle and joint cream. It is very concentrated. It's 2,000 milligrams of CBD and 200 milliliters of cream. We have set up, we have a tester on our table, and if people come up and ask about it and are hurting at the time, we tell them, don't buy it, test it. Put it on there, give it 20 to 40 minutes. If it works, come back. And 90% of those people come back and buy the cream. So we are just absolutely very, very happy that people are finding relief with our muscle cream.
That's great. Actually, I was just using some muscle cream as I pulled a little muscle in my neck, And, there's so many different ones out there, and it's hard to really find one that works, or, it's not a one kind fits all type of thing, especially with many of the products in this industry. So I'm wondering, how do you decide what you're going to do next? And, kind of think about what's going into these products and how many milligrams you're using of what.
Well, that's an excellent question, Alana. I have many products in the development stage. I have a producer that sources all of our stuff from Indiana and Illinois. And we start talking, number one, we look at the cost of, I've had a couple great blends, but the costs just are, I don't think, reachable for most people right now. So as the cost of the ingredients comes down, we may look at that. A lot of this comes from people we talk to when we set up at different events. And if there seems to be something that a lot of people are asking for, then that's kind of the direction that I will go. I'll change a direction midstream. If, okay, people are asking for this, they see this need, what can we do? How can we answer it?
Perfect. I love that. And you really, truly do care about the patients and your customers. And you are a person that you see what you see is what you get. And I have loved that about you and love that about you. You're extremely authentic. Although this is audio, we will definitely make sure we get some pictures of you so everyone can see Master Roachee. You wear an amazing outfit, and I think that's something that actually really gravitates towards a lot of us and people, because they see that you are very much into the culture. Do you want to chat a little bit about your garb?
Well, yes, I would like to say that's the way I look when I go out. Well, it is. Every day that I go out. I love my dashiki shirts or tie-dye shirts. Then as far as pants, it's tie fisherman pants. I have a cat that wants to say hi too. Harem pants. Yeah, I kind of have my own style. I'm sure it's going to catch on here in the next couple of years, and everybody's going to be wearing this. And you can't forget my leather top hat.
Exactly. My favorite.
So, yeah, it's, it kind of, I think that, I have a funny story for you, because even though I dress like this, around the house and around our local community, when we first kind of launched the company, it was a CannaCon. And we're at the hotel room, and I'm getting dressed, and I look at myself in the mirror, because this is really the first time I'd worn the hat out. And I look and I said, either I am going to be the laughing stock of CannaCon, or, this is gonna work. But it's what I feel comfortable in. And, I had a gracious welcome at CannaCon.
And that's so great, because just like you, your products are all about what they are and what's in them and being transparent. And you and your brand, you go out there as who you are and what you represent. And we don't see any smoke and mirrors with you. And I think that also is something that me personally, and I'm sure many others, are gravitating towards, because we see someone like us who is in it for the love and the passion of the plant.
Well, that's why, we've had a couple of changes as a company. When we first came out, the idea is we're going to be high-end CBD. Initially, we had our products marked at $100 to $120 each. And as we started rolling on this, it's like, you know what? That's not what I want to do. That's not who we are. We want to help people. We want to get these product costs down to, we lowered the product costs, but we did not lower the quality of them or the size of the products. And we have maintained our pricing for almost 3 years now.
That's amazing. And I can attest to the pricing. I think a lot of times for me, I won't buy a product because it is very expensive and it might be one of the best or it might be very commercialized. And with your products, we get to get the benefits of them and we're not paying an arm and a leg. And that's something for me also why I want to keep coming back to brands, because I'm seeing that you are loyal to your customer base and then we get to be loyal to your products. And I think that really shows a community, the cannabis community, and definitely the message that us working in this industry are trying to get across.
Yes. And, we want to be very upfront. So all of our COAs, our certificates of analysis, are in PDF form on our website. So anybody can come in and take a look. You don't have to search to find them. They're, I believe, in the contact us, and they're very clear, easy to read. We want people to see what's in our product.
Absolutely. And so I know that you're going to a few different conferences and events this year where you're going to get to talk about your products and really let them fly into the public. And so where are you headed next?
Well, I am just ecstatic, very fortunate and happy to be able to speak at MoCanna. I guess it's 6. And this is a wonderful, wonderful venue. It's in Lake Ozark, Missouri, and it's at the Regalia Hotel and Conference Center. They are trying to make this hotel there a cannabis destination in Missouri. 4-star hotel. It is just absolutely wonderful, and it's totally cannabis friendly. This will be the second time we've been over there. The first time when I checked in, the desk clerk kind of gave me the normal rundown. No cigarette smoking in the room. Other than that, just don't set the fire alarm off. So,
that's great.
Yeah, but they are wanting to make this a retreat, a cannabis retreat, and the Lake Ozark town has all kinds of cool stuff. I can't wait to get out there. I'm going to be speaking on the CBD THC relationship, bringing out the best in each other, how using CBD and THC together is going to help you more, or if it's recreational, have a better overall experience.
That's great. And I like the fact that you're not just talking about CBD or hemp, but you're getting the THC in there and showing how they work together and how they can benefit together. And also you can have them apart because, a lot of people don't want that THC aspect in their products. And those are so beautiful. So I think this is a really cool opportunity for you. And that hotel sounds amazing. I know that we've talked also about your products, being in hotels and getting this natural aspect when you go into these hotels and retreats. And do you think that this is going to be a good catalyst for you? It sounds like it will be great. And that way you can really broaden your reach to other retreats, resorts, and, hotels and towns that are cannabis friendly.
We're hoping to. Now, one other new product that I must mention is our brand new simple syrup.
Oh, yeah.
This, we have 2 types. We have one that is a full spectrum CBD that each serving is going to give you 15 milligrams of the full spectrum CBD. You can substitute this for sugar. You can use it in your coffee, your iced tea, your lemonade, your cocktails, anything you can cook with it. The other one is microdosed 10 milligrams full spectrum CBD and 5 milligrams of Delta 9 THC. So you can put this in your coffee in the morning. Again, it's microdosed. It's not meant to get you blasted. It's allow you to go out. If you want to have, if you're a non-drinker, kind of like what I am,
Me too.
I get tired of going out and drinking, water with lime or a nasty diet Coke from the bar.
Great.
I could go out and now have a cocktail that suits me with a little bit of THC, nothing that, I'm not going to be falling asleep at my table, but I can be more social with a beverage than I could be before.
I love that. And I'm right there with you as being a non-drinker, and I'm usually ordering just Coca-Cola, which I do love. But I love the fact about this, and we've talked about this before. I would love, to put that in my morning coffee, or yes, to go to something that is social where I don't need to feel either left out or, for me, I have my introverted times in public, and being able to put that in a beverage, we can also feel more comfortable where we are and, get that little boost, energy and confidence, and really just being able to be a part of the group. And when you think about it, simple syrup is so simple.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a winner. It's a little slow taking off here in Indiana, but I think once I am able to get out in Illinois and Missouri and some other legal states, I think this simple syrup's going to be good.
I could not agree more. I cannot wait to try it. And then also, let's talk about where everyone can find you and everything that you have going on. You have your podcasts, you have the events you go to, you have your awesome website that does have the COAs, which is extremely rare. And it really makes people trust a brand when you're being transparent and showing your testing results. So as we have said in this interview, transparency is a very huge part of the Master Roachee brand, right?
Exactly. And that's the way we want to keep it. We do 2 shows a week, which we may be adding to those. We do Monday nights with Master Roachee and Queen Caitlin, put something positive in your Monday, and that's at 7:30 Eastern time on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, and we're on some other, I think we're going to be on X. Then Thursday nights with Thursday Night Vibe, that is our original show. It's on Thursdays at 9:00 Central Time. We are going to be running that show on the NOK network in Canada starting in 2 weeks. And I believe WTHC Radio will be picking our Thursday night show up for a Saturday replay. And I may be doing some other programs with both the NOC Network and WTHC Radio.
Well, wow, you're keeping busy.
Yes, and on top of going to the different CannaFest, we were just at the St. Louis Cannabis Expo. We will be back in St. Louis December 16th for their holiday Christmas show. So we've got several things lined up.
That's amazing. And where can people find where you're going to be? Will it be on your website, on your social medias?
Mostly on the social media. We are working on getting a activities calendar on our website. We just haven't done that yet because a lot of this stuff is kind of short notice. I just agreed to set up Saturday locally about an hour ago. So sometimes we agree to last minute things also.
I think that's something we all go through, especially in this industry when something pops up, someone sees your product, and then they reach out to you, which is that great aspect of organic publicizing and marketing. And I think you guys have done a really great job, kind of just starting out by yourself and figuring out what to do along the way. And I definitely see your brand moving forward in a very large way and in the markets. I'm so excited for when we can get those in Illinois and through the Midwest, and then of course everywhere possible. And I would love to be able to have all of our listeners be able to reach out to you, be able to really get to know you better, as everything we might have not been able to cover here, because there's so much more to your story. And can you let us know the website?
Well, certainly. It's masterroacheesgarden.com, masterroacheesgarden.com. And our newest retailer is in Springfield, Illinois, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this place, but it's called Penny Lane Gifts, kind of a historic head shop. But we're very happy to be
Love it.
Penny Lane family now.
That's amazing. And, that sounds like it goes very much with your brand being, an old school head shop, having that funkiness to it, which definitely I get that vibe from you every time we chat and when I listen to you in your interviews.
Well, thank you. Thank you so very much.
Of course. And I would love, love, love to thank you for being on the podcast today. I'm so glad that we've been able to form this relationship and personal relationship. I think maybe going on 3 years now. And I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to do in the future. So thank you, Matt, aka Master Roachee, and can't wait to see what you do next.
Well, thank you for having me on. I've enjoyed this anytime. And to everybody, peace, love, and good vibes.
Good vibes, peace and love to you too. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Holistic Hideaway. You can download past episodes of our program by going to cannabisradio.com or the Cannabis Radio app for iTunes and Google, as well as subscribing to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.